a monthly column in Working Women magazine and is the author of Career Strategies for the Working Women. Welcome, Adele Scheele.
Thank you, Mary.
What are women's biggest problems that you've found?
Well, there's several. First, we seem to minimize our talents, whereas men maximize them. So that if we do that, it's really like shooting ourselves or crippling ourselves so that other people, namely our customers, our bosses, the world, really doesn't get to see what we do in the same way that they really should, so that we hurt ourselves that way. This morning on our continuing series, Forever Young, A Guide to Life After 50, competing for a new job. As more women in their 50s and 60s find themselves looking for challenging new job opportunities, learning how to compete for that next step up can be difficult but extremely important. Adele Scheele, the director of the Career Center at Cal State Northridge, has some important advice. Adele Scheele, good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Nice to see you.
Men are trained at a very early age when they're young boys to have as their highest value independence. But when they get to be leaders, when they get to be the CEOs and leaders of their field, they're really expected all of a sudden to develop other kinds of skills, these nurturing skills, these collaborative skills that women have learned early on, so that women have been taken out of competition and are only collaborative, nurturing, peacemaking, consensus building. It sounds good, except that they can't promote themselves.
I want to be my own boss. I want to run my own business.
Right. It's the most common fantasy for men and for women. It's number one on their charts of dream jobs because it taps into our wishes.
And these ladies have lost everything. What do they do?
Well, you begin to step up. You hit bottom, and there's a funny thing about hitting bottom.
Is there a common thread which all of these women had in order to bounce off the bottom?
Yeah. They realized they had to take care of themselves. If you can, not do it because somebody else is making you, that is, you're fired or you're downsized or your profession evaporates, many are, and you begin to pay attention to your interests and your long-term yearnings, your callings even, you can get to be who you are and reinvent yourself several different times. Because when you change what you do, you change who you are. So you are becoming another person. You are becoming another identity. What we're finding is that women who are 50 and 60 years old are finding new careers and finding new spins on their careers and finding that they are the juiciest and meatiest of lives. So that when you're 20 and 30 and 40 and doing this, even though you feel like you're way too old, just take heart because it's not true. In many ways, the best is yet to come.
Criticism from their higher-ups. They have a difficult time taking that.
It's hard for everybody because if you go back again to school, you write a paper or you take a test, you never have to do it over again. So if you get an A or a B or whatever you get, that's it, done. In real life, you write something for your boss or you do something for a client, and if they don't accept it, which they typically do not, you have to keep doing it over and over again. And so you don't ever get the skill of being able to go back and flesh out another response. You have to learn that. It's very hard. We don't expect to have to ask for a raise. So that if you go back to what we expected, that we will automatically be promoted like we were in school from one grade to another grade. So that we think that just being there and doing well is enough to make our boss or our bosses do that for us. And at the same time, while we're expecting that automatic promotion, we're expecting that there's always going to be money. So we've grown up that way, only it's not so right now. The fountain of youth is the reinvention of ourselves and trying to do the things that we have always wanted to do.